Welcome, everyone, to the Triple G Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle G, and with me is Social Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also become a member of this podcast and get extra podcast content every single month, including this month. I don't know when, probably end of the month. We're going to be talking all about the Switch 2 and all the things for members only. But for now, tonight is all about the Nintendo Switch 2 experience in New York, where Drip went. He drove down in his little minivan that he's got and up. Yeah, he drove up. See, like I'm from Philly. Everything's down. You go down the shore, it's above us. It's just this is what we do. You went down to New York.
It's still above Philly too, but yeah, I went up to New York. Yes, yeah. It's like a 6-hour trip. It wasn't too bad though. It wasn't too bad. It was a long ride home.
I bet.
I drove. Yeah, after the thing, we stayed up there till like 7:30 or so, and then we got to a certain point when I was driving back. I was like, dude, I'm going all the way. We're getting back. We're just getting back tonight. It was like, we're so close. There's no sense in getting another hotel. It's like, we're going. Going up, we actually stopped on Friday at another place. It was really cool. But the whole trip was great. It was a good time.
Yeah. First question comes from our live chat here. Joey Pitts. How was New York pizza? Is it what it's all cracked up to be?
Well, okay. I've had regular just New York pizza. You know what I mean? Like the big, like,
I grew up with
I've had it. We actually found a different place. It was called, what was it called? I cannot remember what it was called. But it was not regular New York pizza. It was like square, thick, like pizza.
Sicilian?
But it wasn't like thick like that.
Is it rectangles and like really?
No, it was rectangles. It wasn't like huge. It wasn't like super.
So is
thick.
Was it Detroit, which is like a version of Sicilian? No? Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was something. It was different. It was very different. They had a lot of different types of pizza in there. We had that. It was good, but yeah, it's pizza I've never had before. It's the kind of pizza I've never had. So it's good, yeah. But I mean, New York pizza's good. I mean, all New York pizza, it's good. No matter where you went. I'm getting a text right now. Unregular pizza is what it was called. That's what it was called.
Is that what literally? Unregular?
That's what the place was called. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I knew it was something like that. It was like a really weird, like retro place off this, but they did give you like free little like bread bites if you ordered pizza.
Nice.
It was good. We got another thing. It was like
I grew up with New York style pizza because to me New York style pizza is just pizza. Although I'm from Philly, it's beneath New York.
Well, yeah, but it's the same here,
but that's pizza. I'm sorry, guys. I live in Chicago now, and their pizza is different. I just don't prefer it. I prefer New York style, chewy, saucy, and cheesy. Not this cracker nonsense. I'm sorry, but just get it out of here. But also, I grew up in a very Sicilian area where I'm from. I grew up in Norristown, Pennsylvania. I never actually said that before, I don't think, but that's where I grew up from. There's a lot of Sicilian immigrants went to Norristown, and I've had sweaty Sicilian pizza before, and good Lord, is my favorite type of pizza by far. It's like a Sicilian pizza made by a Sicilian man who's about 5'3" sweating his ass off.
Super sweaty.
Super sweaty. Via Veneto's is a famous place around where I grew up. And the ceilings of the original restaurant, it's not been torn down because it was falling apart, but the original ceilings were like maybe 6-foot ceilings. I would say maybe 6-foot ceilings.
Super short. Yeah.
As someone who was over 6 foot, like you would have a problem. Like you're not quite 6 foot, I don't think, but you would walk in there and your head would be scraping the ceiling. And you're not exactly tall.
Yeah, I mean, we got places like that here. Like that's all the all the local pizza places here. They're all like that, except for like Papa Allen's. Like that's the only one that has like just like weird different stuff. Every other one is like New York style. So that's like normal pizza here too. But
let's get to
good. I mean,
let's get to the topic of the hand. But actually, before we do that, we actually do want to talk about something because tonight's gonna be a really fun episode. We're gonna talk all about Drip and his New York experience and a totally positive, fun show for you guys tonight. Unfortunately, though, we do have to talk about one thing quickly before we get into the fun stuff. I made a video on a couple days ago. It was like 2 days ago. Drip was actually on his way. It was on Friday. Drip was on his way to New York. And this news dropped while I was here at home. I'm like, crap, I should do something about this. So I dropped the video on this channel. If you saw it, thank you. A lot of good responses. I want to thank you guys sincerely as well. For the comments you guys left. It was super positive. I was expecting negative stuff because once you start to sniff the area of politics, things get dicey.
I'll tell you what, I saw the video was up and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck did he put up? What did he put? I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
No.
We're not talking about that, but no political stuff here tonight. But we do have to, similar to the video, we do have to acknowledge the elephant in the room here. The Switch 2 pre-orders have been delayed officially, and also in the United States, but also in Canada now. So North America essentially has been. Play that again. I was talking.
Yes, sounds are back. So glad I
sounds about right. But yeah, the elephant in the room. Tariffs. Nintendo specifically said the tariffs and changing or evolving market conditions. Basically, talking about the tariffs that are going on in the United States, which is affecting not only our country but the entire world right now. So it's been delayed. The pre-orders. Now the system release date has been unchanged. So that is good news, and hopefully it stays that way. But we're not actually able to pre-order. Today was actually the first day we're supposed to be able to pre-order, and not the case. So we'll keep you guys updated when we know. I might just make another video to follow up that original video when something actually comes about with real news, unlike some channels out there, when actually something happens. So we'll make a video when there's worth something talking about. But for now, there's a 3-month pause on these tariffs, which we'll acknowledge that. So that's it for now, I should say. There's a 3-month pause. So I would say, guys, get your wallets and credit cards ready at any given moment between now and June 5th, because unless something else happens to delay something further, the tariffs, the pre-orders could happen at any moment in our country right now.
And let me tell you what this is. I can tell you right now what's going to happen. This is one of two ways. Either they're going to open it back up very, very soon, so be ready, or all shit is going to hit the fan, all hell is going to break loose, and they're just going to delay everything across the board and be like, we're waiting. We're going to, we don't want that. And I don't think Nintendo's going to do that now. They've already got people pre-order in other places. That's worst case scenario, but it's going to go one of two ways. They're just going to stop it, or they're going to just say, fuck it, let's do it, and they're going to eat the cost if they have to.
Right.
But we're not talking about that tonight. We're keeping it positive. There's nothing we can do about that. It's out of our hands.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about other stuff.
We're going to talk about Drip. We're going to talk about Drip's Day Out. Thanks, Jeff, in the chat. It's like Ferris Bueller's Drip Media's Day Out. So let's do it.
Yeah.
You had a whole excursion. How should we start this? I got a lot of questions for you, but how about we start like this? Kind of like how you did in your video. Just give us a little soliloquy here of just your experience in 5 minutes. Just talk. I want to just from your mouth, no filters here. Just go for it. No editing. Just live.
Well, okay. I will
tell us about
your
feelings.
I didn't really know this is the first time I've gone to anything like this. Nintendo has put on. They do this kind of stuff when they launch systems, or they do it in the summer too. They do all kinds of things like this everywhere. I've never been to one. This is the first time, so I didn't really know what to expect. But man, the Nintendo representatives, the people inside there, everybody, it's like you're at Disney World, man. You ever been to Disney World?
I have
no one there is allowed to be mean to you. All the people that work there,
they're
just all really fucking happy. That's what it's like. Everybody's just so happy. We were in there at one point, and we were about to go in to play. There's a first room, and I'll talk about that. But there's a first room where you can touch the Switch, and then there's a rope, and there's people in there playing Mario Kart. But then this guy comes up, and he's like, are you guys ready to play the Switch too? And I was like, yes! Fuck yeah! That's awesome. And everybody was cheering and shit. It was so cool. And then we were upstairs playing Mario Kart, the knockout stuff. And the whole place is just erupting, going crazy, cheering and laughing. It was a really, really nice, it was a really good environment. It was just, man, it was just that part of it was probably, what stuck out the most, I would say, of the entire experience. Obviously, the console's awesome. The games were really cool, but it was such a good environment. It was so much fun. And they did let me in early. I wasn't supposed to go until 1:45. I think I ended up getting in. I got in line at 1 because I walked by and they were like, you can just come back at 1. I was like, oh, okay. So I got in line. I was the 4th or 5th person in line. I was early. I was quite early. But then they just yeah, come on in. Come on in. Let me see your pass. Yep. Okay. And they were like, cool. And I got in and they gave me, I have all the stuff.
Oh, yes. Show us the stuff.
They gave me this. I got this, which is my little badge.
Attendee. You're attendee.
Attendee, yes. And I got a little lanyard and stuff. And then I got a QR code on the back. If you guys want to scan that, it'll take you to the Switch 2 product page. But, that's cool. I wanted to keep that out for a little bit so I could show that off. That's cool. This is like, I really think this is awesome. It's like not even a big deal. So they gave me that and it had another little thing on the back, which was like a purple tag that went behind it. So on the back of that, there were 6 spots and I had to go to 6 different games at least to have them like put their little mark on it or whatever once I got into the big room, and it was purple. So the purple was like the group I was with. I was with the purple group because the last game was Donkey Kong, and you had to you kind of had to wait your turn to play Donkey Kong. It was in its very own separate room at the very, very end. And my time to play Donkey Kong was 4:00. So it was basically like play games till 4:00. And I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to be in here that long. I may not even play Donkey Kong. I'm not trying to be in here for that long. And then like once I got to my 6th game, they were like, hey, it's almost 4. I was like, what do you mean it's almost 4? What are you talking about? I just completely lost track of time in there, but it was really cool. Everybody was nice. It was a very, very well put together event too.
Awesome.
Everything went smooth. It was very good. Very cool. I don't know how much they spent on like turning that building into their own thing, but man, it looked like they had been in there just setting up shop. Like they've been running that place for a couple years, like established. Didn't look like they did it, the week before setting up, getting ready for it. It was really nicely set up.
Yeah. So
and I see in the chat question here from
Sure.
Sims. Did you hang out with Beat 'em Ups and Bob Wolf? I did not. I didn't see Beat 'em Ups or Bob Wolf.
I was going to ask you that because I believe they were there at least somewhat overlapping your time. I'm not sure unless you just missed each other.
I didn't watch either of their videos yet, but
I did. I watched both of them. I watched both of them. And I was looking for them.
I think I saw Beat 'em Up's time was before mine. Wood's time was before mine, so he was probably there.
Well, he was with Bob and him were together. Did you hear that story?
Yeah,
Did you hear that story? How Bob got in?
No.
So Beat 'em Up's he won the lottery like you did. And obviously,
I saw that.
Beat 'em Up lives actually where I grew up. He lived close by. So he's about 2 hours, 3.5 hours from New York, whatever. So he lucky for him, he was just there. He just was able to do it. Bob's in New York. He's right there, but didn't win the lottery. A fan of theirs won the lottery, but apparently couldn't go and gave the ticket to Beat 'em Ups, and then Beat 'em Ups gave it to Bob. And then Bob, and it happened to be the same exact time that Beat 'em Ups was scheduled to be there, same place, same time. So they went in together. They helped each other film and everything. It was great. I loved watching.
That would have been really nice. That was one thing I did not have. I was trying to film myself, and if you've seen any of the videos, you can check the B-roll.
You did your best, man. You did your best.
I tried. They wouldn't let me take anything in but my phone too. Which, man, that was like the rules. But I saw people in there with fucking tripods, all kinds of shit, man. I was like, if I'd like, come on, really? Yeah. They had like fold out tripods and stuff. I tell you what, everybody's a goddamn YouTuber these days. There's people in there like, yo, what's up, fam? We got the Twitch. I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah. I'm like quiet to myself, just kind of like, all right, get out of your way. But no, I didn't see anybody that I recognized. I figured that I would. I figured I'd see at least somebody in there that I would recognize from some. But I did hear people like talking about wanting to meet YouTubers. Like in the lines and stuff. I heard them talking about it. No, I didn't.
Where you're like, hey guys, look, I'm Drip Media.
No, I just put my head down.
I would be like, trust me, I wouldn't be that guy either. Maybe if they came up to me, I would talk to them, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe. And I honestly, my social anxiety like that, I was like, please, nobody come up and talk to me. Please don't.
I feel like guys like Bob and Beat 'em Ups, like they're too big. They have to acknowledge it. But like guys like us, if we even happen to find somebody who knows us, it wouldn't. It maybe, maybe they come up to us.
If you do see me out somewhere, feel free to say hello. But
I'm kind of. I don't know. Don't come to me. Don't leave me alone. No. I have severe social anxiety, man. It doesn't show on the camera here because this is just me in a box by myself talking to you digitally. But
me too, man.
It's a different beast out there. Like
this is different.
The real world.
Like this is different. I'm sitting in my house. Like
Although I will say this, my social anxiety has gotten significantly better since I started doing this because I've learned how to project my voice a bit more, have a presence, vocally, and it's actually really helping my speech as well because I got that. I probably have a stutter, not diagnosed, but I think I do a stutter, but I also have like lots of stuff wrong with my brain, dyslexia, and all that stuff. So this has actually been therapeutic for me, this whole experience of podcasting and whatnot. Let's get started with some of my questions for you. Of course, you're in the chat. Right. Just leave them in the chat. Well, I'll get to them if I see one that's relevant. We're starting with first the day prior because let's talk about your trip, and we want to talk about your entire trip. because this is the Drip NG podcast. You are Drip your entire trip, not just the Nintendo thing. So, how was your day prior in New Hope, Pennsylvania?
It was cool. Listen, so yeah, my girlfriend went with me. We had a wonderful time. We stopped in this place, which she actually found a random TikTok of some other woman that was in this place. And she was just kind of, she's like, that's kind of on the way, a little bit out of that. I was like, dude, perfect. Let's go there. So I got a hotel that was kind of further out because all the places in New Hope, PA, holy shit, they're like $500 a night. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm like, this place is clearly super bougie. But yeah, there's like 100 art galleries there, like all over the place. But then there's like this main street that you go on. There's like shops and restaurants and all kinds of fun stuff. They had a Harry Potter shop. We did not check the times of any of this stuff. Most of the shops closed at like 6 or 7. And obviously I was driving all day. So we got there at like 5, went to the hotel. And then by the time we were getting over there, like things were closing. We ate there though. I had, what did I eat? Oh, shrimp tacos. These bomb ass shrimp tacos, dude. They were so good. Yeah, so we stayed there. That was really fun. That was a really cool place. I want to go back there when I have more time to like spend there. It was super bougie, but it was cool. It was very cool. You said your parents go to like church somewhere around there?
I think my parents, I think, believe they go to church somewhere near there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We should have met up with Papa Jeeb.
Papa Jeeb. Hey, the Papa Jeeb podcast.
I mean, we should have. We totally should have. So then, of course, the next morning, I'm like freaking out. Like, I just want to make sure I'm not late. Like, I'm afraid of like traffic getting into the city, this and that. Because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. There wasn't really any traffic. We were there super early. We were there at like 11, like in New York City, right there, like in Manhattan, 11 o'clock, parked. It was raining and cold. So that was like a whole thing. That was like a whole thing.
This is the day before. We're on the day now.
Yeah. This is the next day. Yeah. So when we get there, park, and oh my god, so I forgot all about this, but when you go to New York City and you park, you don't park your own car. You pull into the garage and someone takes it.
Yeah,
and it goes into an elevator garage, and just goes. Yeah, usually, smaller places, you just park your own car.
Well, some parking garages are still like that, at least as far as.
We were not ready. We were not ready to get out of the car. Not even close to ready. So I was like, fuck it, we're backing out. I was like, never mind, we're leaving. So we backed out, got into another one. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I don't give a shit. But we ended up finding another one, which ended up being right across the street from the place that I was going into, which worked out a lot better anyway. We're there really early. It was kind of cold. We found like a crystal shop right next door. I mean, they had some crazy expensive stuff.
You should have took Papa Jeeb there. Papa Jeeb loves the crystal shops.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. He's huge on them, dude.
Oh yeah, we got some matching necklaces, some lava stone necklaces.
Yeah.
They're very nice, very nice. They're very cool. They had some wild shit in there, like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 like pieces of these giant. It was nuts. I was like,
I've seen.
I was like, man, I feel like we're not even supposed to be in here. This is kind of.
We actually were. When my parents were in town, we actually just went to a crystal shop around here, and there was a music room in the crystal shop with like mostly percussion instruments. I'm like, hell yeah, like djembes and bongos, and there was like some congas. There was like the singing bowls, and there's like there's gongs, lots of hand toys like like shakers and all that kind of stuff. Basically my heaven. That I didn't.
Great.
I wish I could. I wouldn't. It wasn't appropriate. It wasn't a real music store. It was just attached inside the crystal store.
You were about to start jamming.
Oh man, I love hand drums. Hand drums are so fun. But yeah, crystal shop. That crystal shop was awesome. Anyway, moving on.
So that was a cool place. That was a really cool place. We hung out in there, but the guy that worked there, man, he was eyeballing us when we first came in. He's like kind of a bigger dude. I was kind of like, he's like watching us thinking we're gonna steal something or something. But then, we ended up going on. She was actually in there. She was in there when I got done. So I went back in there. But then he was like, how was it? He's like, how was it? How was the, I was like, oh, it was awesome. And I was telling them about it. And like, went to the Nintendo store after that, after I got in and out and stuff. And like people there, obviously I had the backpack, which here.
Well, hold on. Let you get ahead of yourself. I got plenty of questions. We're going in order here. Yeah. But go ahead, show the backpack.
Dude. It's so cool. They gave everybody one of these backpacks.
I'll do a set of 4 videos for it.
No, fuck you. No way.
I want everything.
Dude, it's so cool. Yeah. Like when I got to the end, they gave me, I was like, oh my God, really? Like that's so cool. But yeah.
Let me ask you a question here.
That was basically like the whole weekend.
Kind of,
then we went back afterwards.
You kind of already answered it, but how? Like, I want to know about the Nintendo Experience venue itself. It
was, dude. They had it set up, man. Like you walked in, you can see it in some of the B-roll in the video of the Switch 2 itself. But like, you walk in, there's like gigantic, crazy, like 8K TVs, and they got their little welcome booths where you go in, they scan your ticket and give your badge, and they say, okay, this is how you do this, and this is what you're gonna do. Then you go stand in their line, and somebody comes and like hypes you up before you go into the first room. And then when you're in the first room, that's where you get to touch the Switch and see all the accessories and stuff. The next room is where you start playing games, and then you go upstairs and play more games. Then you get into a big room with games, and there's one last room with games, and then you come around and go back down the steps and out.
Very nice.
I mean, it was set up great. Like it was really, really nice. Everybody there was super nice. They had one weird rule, and it was you cannot film any screens unless there's something else in the picture. Like if they caught me doing this and just like filming the screen, they're like, you have to put something up with it. Like if you just move the controller in front, just anything, you just can't film the screen. Okay.
Interesting.
I
kind of understand the rule in terms of like why they would want it, because they don't want people just posting gameplay yet like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not like it's going to be representative of what's going on. I think that's actually what they were trying to prevent. They're trying to prevent people from like getting shitty phone quality footage off of a TV screen and saying, this is the Switch 2. It looks like garbage.
This is gameplay. Yeah. Well, and I'm sure that's what it was. And even the people that were working there, like, I know it's weird. Sorry. Like they didn't even want to tell me, but I only did it like twice because I tried not to do it because I felt bad because I did it twice and they had to tell me twice. I was like, I'm so sorry. I won't use it. I promise. I didn't mean to. The place was immaculate. It was great. Like, I don't know how many people had been in there before me, but like everything was still clean, pristine. Like they had like disinfectant wipes at every single station. As soon as somebody left, they were picking up controllers, wiping everything down. I mean, it was done right, man.
Yeah.
It was top of the line.
Awesome. We'll get back to the venue itself and more importantly, the things that you did inside the venue. But let's talk about the Nintendo store a bit.
You want to go to the Nintendo store? Oh, dude.
Yeah.
First time I've been there. I have been wanting to go there for so long. Finally got to go. I will say this, it's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be, but still a very good sized store. 2 floors. Okay. 2 floors.
I thought so.
And like, yeah, and the stuff that's in there. You've seen it. The Link statue, the Bowser statue, the Mario on the pole. Like it was all the iconic shit you've seen in videos and this and that. It was really cool. There's a ton of people in there playing Switch. Like they had a whole section upstairs with Switches set up. You can just go play. Downstairs they had a row of them. Downstairs was basically all Mario, a little bit of Donkey Kong. And then in the front, they had like the section of just the Nintendo New York stuff, which I got a lot of. I got this.
What goodies you got?
Bottle.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I got this water bottle.
Bright red
like
water
this.
bottle. So
yeah, I got everything else black. Everything else black. But like the water bottle, I was like, no, that can be red. I don't have to wear it.
That's good call.
This is from there. This, believe it or not, says Nintendo on it.
Does it? That's actually sick. I didn't know what it said. So it's in Japanese, right? It says Nintendo in Japanese.
It's in Japanese.
And then New York in English.
It's got like the little seal, the Nintendo seal there.
Yep.
On the side. So that is awesome. And then my lovely, wonderful girlfriend bought me this shirt, which I have seen on Nintendo's website several times, and I'm like, damn, that's sick. But I never ordered online because I'm like, I don't want to order it and not fit.
Right.
But it's a Tears of the Kingdom Zelda shirt.
You wore it in your video. If you guys watched Derp's video.
So it's just got this. You can see the Master Sword there, but the cool thing is the arm. It's got Link's arm on the side. That's fucking sick, dude. It's so cool. I love this. But yeah, she bought me that, which is super cool. And I got the kids, the littler ones. My older one doesn't give a shit about any of this. I got the kids just some Nintendo New York t-shirts.
What about Uncle G? Feed the G. You didn't get G a t-shirt? Come on,
I
Drip.
did.
Come on. No, it's okay. It's fine.
I also bought this. Which is like...
Think about your other kid. It's me.
I saw this and I was like, I don't even buy these types of things, but I'm buying this because it's fucking awesome. I got a Korok with a backpack.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I had to. I saw it. I saw some guy holding it, and I was like, I know where he got it. I'm getting that. I'm buying one of those. You know what they had there too that I really wanted to get? They had the Master Sword replica, the one that comes with the stand and it was $200. Dude, I wanted it so bad. I didn't do it, but I wanted it. It looks cool. Now that I've seen it in person, I know, like, I definitely, if I have the extra $200, maybe, but
yeah,
it does look great. It is incredible and it is huge.
They make out Legos.
The store was great though. Store was awesome. Everybody there were so many people in there, obviously, but I still had my badge on in the backpack. So like,
right,
at least four people asked me like, how was it? Asking me like, what was your favorite thing? Like, what was it? Like people working there were asking me about stuff. So I mean,
yeah,
it was packed in there too. So.
You should have led them with a QR code to your YouTube channel. But like, if you want to find out more about how this trip was for me, go to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, I did.
Like and subscribe.
I probably could have done that type of thing, but I just kept my mouth shut.
Because you post a lot of videos over there, guys. If you've not checked out Drip's videos, you should definitely go check it out.
There's only 3 up right now. There's going to be more. I want to do one just about the Pro Controller too, because that thing, huge surprise. Probably the biggest surprise of the entire day was the Pro Controller.
All right, so you have already talked about the employees and how they were super cool. Anything else you want to mention about the employees?
No, they were all just really nice.
Cool.
It was like being at Disney World. If you've been to if you know, you know. If you've been to Disney World, you know. Like they're like not allowed to be mean to you. It was like they're just overly nice, super cool about everything. Like they were cheering like behind us, like yeah, go. Like when I was playing Mario Kart, they're like go, go, go. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah. So how long did you wait in line outside? You said it was pretty quick, right? You pretty much got back in line.
Dude, it was like nothing. Dude, they had people in. Like that's the thing. People were coming at different times, so there was never like a huge line. Like my group, there was like once they got enough people in the purple group, it's probably like I want to say maybe 20 people in my group, maybe something like that. 25. Like I thought it was more, but like now that I think about it, like we were in pretty small quarters, but like it was, I mean, dude, I got in the line outside. I stood there for probably 10 minutes. In the line inside, maybe 10 minutes. And then I was in. And then they were like, you're in. You can stay here for like 20 minutes or so. Touch the switch, do whatever you want, and then you'll be playing.
And let's talk about that. Let's talk about you walk in, you're in the Nintendo experience, you walk in, and what's the first thing that you do? What's the thing you're allowed to do? Okay,
so first thing when you walk in, you basically walk in this big door. On this side, there are like glass cases, and it's like the Switch in all its different forms, all the Nintendo first-party accessories, the controllers, GameCube controller, all that stuff was against the wall in glass cases. So you could kind of go just look at that. And then on this wall over here, they had 5 or 6? 5 or 6 Switches on little pedestals, basically just handheld mode, just regular, you could just do whatever you want with. They wouldn't turn on, but the Joy-Cons, like they worked, like everything had batteries. Like I could press the button and see the little things going up and down on the Joy-Con. So like, so I got to I walked straight in. I was one of the first people to walk in. So I walked straight over to a Switch too, and I picked it up and I was like, holy shit, I'm holding it. Well, here it is.
You talked about in the video, but expand on it. What's it like, man?
I will go a little bit more on what I talked about in the video. As far as like overall quality, like just like premium feel in your hand, like this is night and day over the first Switch. Like this makes the Switch 1 look cheap.
Like especially the V1,
cheap.
Right? I mean,
yeah, like the OLED is that next step up that was a little bit nicer, but this is If you take a V1 and put it, it's like not even close, man. Like it is so nice. You can just feel it. You know what I mean? Mm. Like it's heavy.
I think
like,
it does.
Too heavy. Like I'll say crazy heavy, but it's like it's just solid, man. It's a very good design.
From my perspective, just like viewing, and I've seen many videos at this point. I'm totally locked. I'm locked in like the rest of you guys are. I love this stuff, and just it translates on video. I think the quality. I really do, especially like 4K video. People got good footage, 4K. It's nice, it looks nice. One thing I want to note, did you get a good look It's hard to see with the lighting and everything. I know you didn't have
it was
studio
dark
lights.
in there. That was one thing. It was dark.
Did you notice what I noticed in some of the, like, not when the public was in there, but when the media was in there, but a couple days before?
Dude,
it looks like
one of those videos.
It looks like the texture of the system, like the black color, it's actually like red. There's like red and blue and green specks in it.
Yeah, I didn't
notice. Did you
notice
notice that?
That there was a lot of red and blue lights everywhere. That could be what you're seeing.
It could have been
red
bouncing
and blue
off
lights on the ceiling,
the fibers
and stuff.
of the the plastics. Maybe. Yeah.
It was kind of like it was sort of like the Pro controller definitely was like, you know, that soft touch material that like Extreme Rate, their shells, the replacement shells for like Joy-Cons and stuff. Like that's what the Pro controller feels
now,
like.
Now that concerns me a bit because the Extreme Rate shells feel amazing. Don't get me wrong. And I had a pair for my Joy-Con, but my concern is not for the black color really, but my concern is like finger oils rubbing into the plastic and making it,
if they're white or something,
making it look bad, but number two, really significantly changing the texture of the device from that soft touch to very oily touch, from your own skin oil over time, which I don't. Like
I mean, I don't
know.
Any
concerns about that?
I mean, longevity, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Again, just like the Pro Controller 1 to the Pro Controller 2, like it makes the Pro Controller, when you hold it in your hand, it makes the Pro Controller 1 look cheap.
The quality translates. I believe I can see that on camera. Like it does look like an upgrade.
Well, I mean, and
and it better be because it's $10 more.
Well, I mean, anybody, what a a Nintendo Switch Pro controller is. A nice controller,
a great controller.
It's a very nice controller. This is a way nicer controller. I don't want to get there yet because I have a lot to say about the Pro.
We're not there yet.
About that. But yeah, I got to take the Joy-Cons on and off and stuff, and like it's seamless, man. It's like you don't even have to think about it. You just press the button and it goes swoop, pops off. It's like that little thing pushes out and like disconnects the magnets, comes right off, no problem. When you get it close, it just whoop, sucks back in. I mean, I had a pretty big smile on my face the first time I did it, but then of course, the next thing I did, I was like, "Can you do it?" And I'm like,
yeah.
And you can pull the Joy-Con off without hitting the button, but dude, you have to you got to try hard. Like it's not. These things are not coming off. They're not just going to fall. Even if you drop it, they're not going to fly off, I don't think.
Well, let me ask you.
They are on there.
Because I have a question regarding that, regarding Joy-Con magnetic strength. Something that I typically do with my Switch, a lot of times is, I'm in the chair, but I have to adjust my chair, or I'm in the chair playing a game handheld, but I have to go grab my drink for a sip. My question is one-handed with Joy-Con on the system.
No problem.
Is it going to just fall off?
No way.
It's strong enough to hold the system's weight itself.
To even get the thing off, if you see it, there's the B-roll you used.
I edited the video.
Dude, I have both of them, and I'm like, and it finally pow, popped off.
Yeah,
it does not. It's
but I want to say this. That's to be expected because you're going complete opposite polarity.
Yeah, I'm literally pulling.
Right. But that's how magnets work. Is they're attracted to their polarity. But that's why that the button is the way it's designed the way it is. Because what you do is you disrupt that, and then you pull, then you twist the other direction. The way when you hold the system, pretend this is a switch. Again, if you're pulling pulling straight out. That's to be expected. It's supposed to have resistance, but it's when you're one-handing it like this, and
it's deep
and
enough.
The seam in there.
Yeah. Those pieces that stick out they're in there far. It still has a little bit of that flex. You know what I mean? That Joy-Con flex on the edges.
It needs to. It's going
there
to.
Slightly, but it's not. It's not that bad. And like I said in the video, I'm sure there were probably hundreds of people that messed with that before I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those things kind of. I don't know if it loosened up over time, or if that's the way. Either way, even if that's the way it is, it's fine. But yeah, you could hold it with one hand, no problem. Yeah. There's no way that thing's coming off there.
Yeah, live
those
chat.
Magnets are.
Let me just. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'll just talk to chat real quick. I just want to let you guys know that I am looking at your comments. I will. Some of the questions you guys are asking are similar stuff that I've already written down. We'll get to later. I'm going to try to get to questions as I go. Just make sure you're asking questions that are relevant to the current topic, because that's when I'll actually be able to ask Drip that. Because if we move on,
Do the games smell like caviar and champagne, like the price suggests? They do not. From what I hear, they are also not cherry flavored, even though they are red now. They still have the same nasty taste. But no champagne and caviar, unfortunately. Just $80 only without champagne and caviar. Sorry.
A relevant question here from where was it? I lost it. That's actually not a question. It's just more of a response here. Lars in the chat, just kind of a response here. It's really cool how this is more or less the fourth version of the console design. So it's more redefined compared to the first iterations of a brand new console. That's a good observation. Yeah, it's pretty much the fourth version. It's V4, if you will, of the Switch as we know it.
Yeah.
So it is. It's
and
getting more and more refined as we go.
I feel like it's got DNA of all three of the other ones too. Just little pieces. Like some of the curvature and stuff reminds me of a light. And then the kickstand is like that next iteration of the OLED. And then of course it's a Switch. It's obviously taken after the original, but it's got DNA of all of the ones that came before it. It's just everything's done. Everything is done so much better with this. Like every little detail. And you know what else? Something I didn't talk about. And I'm not really sure what this is for, but inside the cartridge slot, because I did open that up I don't even know why. I just decided I was going to look in there. But on that top part, there's like a metal box that clearly goes on top of the cartridge. So you have to pull this thing up off the cartridge, then out. It slots in on the cartridge. It's like a metal box inside stuck to the lid. Yeah. I forgot to talk about that. That was weird.
What do you think that means? What do you think it does?
I would imagine it just so you can't just rip the thing open and pop the thing off. You have to it's probably something to protect the card reader, the card, and the door itself from just getting popped open and popped off.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what it's for. But yeah, it's like a little metal I want to call it a box, but you can see it goes right over the top of the cartridge when it goes down in. I don't know exactly what it's for, but I'm sure once we get our hands on it, we'll be able to figure it out better.
Two good questions from Phantom Boy. I'm not sure if you can answer either one of them. First one is, how good are the speakers in handheld mode? And the second question is, do the Joy-Cons work on either side? So can you rip them off and put them on the opposite sides?
Speakers, I could not tell you. It was loud as fuck in there. It was extremely loud. So I could hear them. When I did play handheld mode, I could hear them, and it was really, really loud in there. So that'll tell you something. I don't know how they sounded, but I could hear them. I didn't get the handheld mode that I got to play. The Joy-Cons were not able to be I did try to take one off, but I couldn't get it off. They had whatever they were doing. They had them stuck on there when I was playing Mario Kart and handheld mode, so I didn't get to take them off. So I'm not sure, and I didn't ask. Which, I would imagine they go on upside down. I don't see why they wouldn't. There's nothing different on either side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless that little thing that sticks out, the little connection is has to be that orientation, which I don't see why it would. It's basically like a USB-C port. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think it does, but I don't see why they couldn't. I don't know. I don't know for sure though, unfortunately.
Okay. Let's talk about something you do know for sure. You have opinions on that kickstand, sir. Let's hear about this kickstand.
So I'm worried about the kickstand. I don't know if it was metal. You know how on the OLED one when we first got it, we're like, is this metal or plastic?
They're all flicking it. I'm pretty sure it's metal. I'm sure it's been confirmed it is. But,
so same thing with this one. I'm like, is this plastic? Dude, it's thin. I like we were talking about before we went on there. Even if it breaks, but I can see this thing splitting down the middle, like somebody just kicking it the wrong way or catching it on something and just snapping. If it's plastic, it's going to break a lot. It'll still work.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the show started. It's you could break off the entire middle portion of the kickstand in that U shape and just have two little pegs coming off the Switch.
Yeah,
and it's actually going to work. And it's still going to be a better kickstand than the first original Switch.
Yeah. I have a feeling that this is definitely going to be a weak point for sure. I see this being redesigned again. We'll get on
in the V2 or the V2 of it or something.
Of the kickstand in the upgrade. Yeah,
I question why they even changed the design from the OLED one. I have a theory.
I feel like the OLED one was perfect.
And I have a theory.
Great.
It's just like the Surface tablets. The Surface tablets have been perfecting that kickstand for years. Nintendo just straight copied it for the OLED, and for some reason went to this design. Although I'm guaranteeing you, that's at least something to do with money. It's probably a lot less. If it is metal, which it probably is, you may not be able to tell, but that's probably just because of the paint job. It's really hard to tell without actually flexing around with it and trying to break it.
It was thin too, so it was like, is this? I can't.
You touched it, so I'm going to take your word for it. As far as you think it's plastic, I'm thinking it's metal, But
Maybe.
but I think it's just cost savings is really what it is. Remove all that extra stuff in there to reduce costs. So whether that was whether that savings was passed on to us or put into other parts of the system or Nintendo's pocketing that savings, I don't know. But regardless, my guess is that the whole U-shaped thing, removing the middle of it, is just to have less costs, less materials.
I mean, I'm just saying, like metal, plastic, doesn't matter. If that thing gets caught the wrong way, it's gonna bend. It's gonna get bent up.
Oh yeah, bend for sure. If it's metal, it won't break, but it'll bend.
Yeah, it's not the greatest design. The hinges are basically the same as the OLED. So if you know what the OLED hinges feel like, it's the same. They're like
they had to reuse, right?
Like,
there's no way they're redesigning the hinge. It's a perfect hinge. Just reuse.
It kind of it may be the same one. It looked different though.
I'm not saying it couldn't be, but it would just make sense to me if Nintendo just reused all their hinges. From the
it's
OLED
like the
stock,
same, basically the same design, and it was again. There was probably hundreds of people touching that and doing whatever they were doing with it before I got there. Yeah, it was still like super solid no matter where I put it, and it does go all the way back. Like it leans like far as fuck back, which is kind of cool.
A question that I have, but also Thomas in our chat also has: how warm was the Switch 2 in handheld mode? I'm concerned about the warmth.
It got warm. It was warm, not like crazy warm, but like.
Do you remember the Steam Deck?
There's like.
Do you remember the Steam Deck?
It was not like the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck's like a little low heating element, like a little personal heater.
Dude, for sure. And there's a plugin you can have in the Steam Deck to push your fan to max all the time. So it literally is a finger warmer in the wintertime. Like I was literally using that while gaming to warm my fingers during the wintertime. Widowy. So you're telling me it was not as warm as the Steam Deck?
It got warm. It got warm.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like crazy. Like it wasn't like, oh my God, this thing's hot. But like, got warm. It's doing a lot, man. Listen, Mario Kart World looked unfucking real on that screen. Like it was crazy, man.
Tell me about the screen, Drip. Tell me.
Dude, okay. Anybody who is worried about this not being an OLED panel, like, please just calm down. Like, just stop. It's fine. This is so fine. Like, no, it does not have the deep, perfect blacks of an OLED. I get it. Yes, when the screen goes black, it's more of a very, very, very deep gray. I understand that. But like color accuracy, dude, it looks so good. It's so bright. The HDR, like, dude, it looks so good. Now, the only thing I played in handheld, I saw 2 games. I played one myself. I saw 2 games on it being played. I played Mario Kart World in handheld. Just a regular like race, you know what I mean? Just a regular like cup. Oh, excuse me. And then I saw upstairs. I didn't get to play it because there were too many people standing there and I just didn't have time. I was like, I got to get out of here. I've been in here for 3 fucking hours. But I watched somebody play Tears of the Kingdom in handheld, the new 60 frames per second 4K.
HDR. The lighting.
Listen. That does not translate on YouTube whatsoever.
I know, but I can tell. Like, I know I can see a difference, but I'm not able to actually appreciate it yet. Dude, I cannot wait to appreciate it because I remember when I boot up Astrobot for the first time, my first ever 4K HDR gaming experience, my mind was blown. HDR makes such a difference. If you ever played your PS5 on HDR screen and then played it on a non-HDR screen, look how different your games look. The colors, the saturation, the lighting, all of it is just amazing. And I can only imagine a game as beautiful as Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, as beautiful as that, to be HDR. I'm excited about 4K, don't get me wrong. I'm really excited about stable frame rates, but HDR is a game changer for Zelda games. Let me tell you.
Man, listen, it was Mario Kart, obviously, that's the only way I've seen it. I saw like their TVs were clearly like HDR, like high-end TVs we were playing on. The screen looks great, man. It looks great. Like it's going to be perfect. I have 0 problems with this screen. Like, is it OLED? No. Does it matter? No, not at all. Not at all. And it's big. It's huge. Like it's huge. Even this, like this little fake thing that I have here, like it's really hard to do justice of like how big this thing actually is. But like I have a fake
the fake cardboard
Switch. Yeah. This is actual size.
That's what she said.
That's what he's.
That is what he said.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like me holding it here, just holding this, like it's so much bigger than the regular Switch. It's much more comfortable to hold in handheld mode, even without a grip or anything. Much more comfortable just because you don't have to do the pinky thing. You know the pinky thing you had to do on the Switch where your pinkies are like underneath of it?
I do that with my phones,
you don't have
too.
to do that.
I hate that. I hate it so much, but I do have to do it with my phones.
With this, you don't have to do that. You just grab it, man. Like you can even like curl it. Like it's good.
Well,
it's good to go.
what you just did there would give me carpal tunnel. I can't do that. But I'm putting my full mitts. Like, put my whole mitts on. I'm excited to put my whole mitts on it. You know, not just like the pinky thing, but like give me the whole mitt. You know, on the.
What's going to be interesting is when we get big, fat Joy-Cons from third parties to put on this thing. They're going to be huge.
Cannot wait. I will say though, third parties got to be careful. They can't be making these third party Joy-Cons super wide. And mainly the width.
It's already big enough.
Mainly the width. You can't. If there's one thing I remember about my Steam Deck, or not remember, I still got it, but it's how wide it feels compared to your Switch. And this thing's about the same width as the Steam Deck. There ain't no way. Like I remember, like, oh my god, it feels like I'm holding
up. That ain't terrible. Like that's not bad.
No, and the mode pads are some of the thinner in terms of width, thinner.
They have a sweet spot.
Yeah, they're perfect.
Sweet spot.
But like those, what is that one called? They're sponsored us ones on the Duyoki, bin box.
Oh yeah.
Those things are massive width.
They're
massive.
Huge.
We can't get anywhere near that. We need like mode pad size.
Yeah, they're massive. Yeah.
The
mode pad ones would be fine if they were just taller. That would work good. I'm interested to see what they do, but I mean, as far as holding it in handheld, yeah, it does get a little warm. Screen looks amazing. I don't know about the speakers. It was super loud in there. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the screen.
The sticks.
Well, I want to talk about the screen. One more thing. You kind of talked about, but I just want more specific answer here. You weren't comparing to a 1-to-1, although some people did that. So you should have thought about that. You could have brought your original Switch in, you know, and got some footage. But
it wouldn't have translated
I want you to like acknowledge that the LCD screen is better than the OLED. Tell me that screen is a better screen. Looks better overall than the OLED Switch. Yes. Because like I love Sergio, but he was giving me crap the other week. It was the last week. I can't remember. Yeah, it was last week where I was saying like it's not the technology that matters. It's the quality of the panel. And this panel's a better panel than the OLED screen, right? I mean, confirm my suspicion.
It's not like the most amazing LCD panel I've ever seen.
Neither's the OLED screen for the Switch.
It's really good. Yeah, well, dude, and the OLED panel on the old Switch is not that good. I put one that's actually good in my Switch Lite, and I can see the difference. Like, but them side by side, like you can see like this looks better. It's way better. I mean, the refresh rate, the HDR, all the other bullshit they got. Like, dude, this screen is like, no, it is not the top of the line that you can get with all those things, but it's right there, man. And that's like another reason. Like, you know, we talk about the price of this thing. Like, I'm sorry. Like $450 is a really good price for what they are offering here.
Yeah,
we haven't even got to the games yet. The way their games run it, like dude, I'm telling you, like $450 is anybody complaining about $450 right now? Like seriously, like just go buy a Steam Deck then. Like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to
without
tell you.
Buy Steam Deck without a dock with less performance for less money. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever,
dude. Yeah, like holding it in my hand, that I can honestly say, like, yeah, $450 is like. Yeah, I have zero problem with that. Now, $80 for Mario Kart World is still up in the air. But
yeah, we're going to talk about the Pro Controller and mouse mode of the Joy-Cons in the game section. But one more thing, or a couple more things probably about the hardware. Got a question from Joey Pitts here. How do the shoulder buttons feel? Did they feel bigger? They look bigger, that's for sure. They look way bigger.
That's what she said. But they were definitely
We need one
bigger.
of those on our soundboard.
I mean, okay, I think the more of the shoulder buttons where they're bigger is more noticeable when you're using it in mouse mode.
Okay.
Like, it's not really something you even think about when you're just sitting there playing. You know what I mean? They're just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're going to touch them where you're going to touch those buttons where you normally touch them. You're not going to go out of your way to touch them somewhere else.
Like, it's not like, oh, these are huge. Like, they're just there. You know what I mean? Honestly, I didn't even think about them being bigger when I was playing it. It wasn't something that like stuck out to me. So
the triggers look way bigger than the original, right? On the Joy-Cons in particular, the triggers look way bigger because of mouse mode.
They felt like.
Did they feel the same? I mean, that's why we're asking you here. They look, to my eyes, they look bigger.
It was not something that stuck out to me. Maybe I was just caught up in the moment and wasn't really paying attention at that time, because that was like the first, like, I was right there playing it for the first time. Like, oh my God, I'm playing the Switch too. Like, I'm playing Mario. Like, but no, they don't. You notice it in mouse mode because, yeah, you need them to like come up, wrap around. You know what I mean? Like wrap around the side, which is now the top in mouse mode.
Yes.
You kind of need that. But in handheld mode, they just felt like normal. They felt good.
Good. Let me just double check the Discord comments here. Let me just talk about whatever you want for a moment. We're gonna get to games next, so.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, there's another little thing I thought was pretty interesting. There's back buttons on the Pro controller, but there's also back buttons on the Joy-Con grip. Like, I don't know how they work because, again, they had everything like locked down. I couldn't take the Joy-Con out, but I saw somebody in my comment section saying that the buttons on the Joy-Con grip actually touch the SL and SR buttons on the inside of the Joy-Con.
That is smart design.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but somebody in my comment section of one of my videos said that, and I was like, oh damn, like if that is what's happening in there, that's a really good idea. Because it still makes that Joy-Con grip just a piece of plastic.
Yeah.
It's just it's a really good design, and it does charge. They had it plugged in. It does charge.
That's awesome. In the box. That's actually that's fantastic. Yeah, I consider that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade over the original Switch for sure.
Yeah, and it's not huge, but that's one of those little small things. It's just like it needed it, you know. I mean, if you're running your Joy-Cons out of a 20-hour battery and letting them sit, like, come on. But whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Another little quality of life thing that I think, that should have actually been probably included in the OLED, but it's whatever.
Yeah. So a couple of Discord questions here. One from the one and only John Ebo, Communication Error Podcast Variety. John Ebo asks, is Mario Kart worth $80?
See, I don't know if he's being serious or if he's being an asshole.
Can I say something before you answer? I can tell you that he's not, because on Twitter, he posted a tweet. I don't know what it's at now. His tweet is probably at 2 million but at this point, if not more. Last I checked, there was 1.5 million views on his tweet. And he just was being a shill for Nintendo like he always is, and said, you know, Mario Kart, I forget exactly what he said, but I'm joking, by the way. But he was just like, Mario Kart is worth.
Nintendo was sending me,
he was like,
Switch,
it was worth
Zelda Switch Lights, I would say it's worth $80 too.
Yeah, but he was just like, Mario Kart is worth $80, and people were like, bah, 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 and yelling at him. That's why I got. But I responded, and my response is, I'm still getting notifications right now from Twitter, like, oh, somebody liked your tweet. Somebody liked your tweet. I have like 1,000 likes on a tweet that responds to him, because I said, and I thought this was clever, I said, you would have said the same thing if it was $100. Yes, like 1,000 people agree with me. So thank you, people.
So I will say this about the game: it's fucking awesome. It is miles beyond, and I didn't even think we could do it, but it is so much better than 8. Like, just the way the carts are, like physics, like the way it looks. Every single, the loading, like just every single little aspect of it is better. Yeah, but what I've seen right now is not worth $80. Like, it's just not. It's not. It's a game. I understand. And they're trying to like, it's this VAT. Like, dude, Breath of the fucking Wild's bigger than that, and it was $60. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. It's good. It's very good. The knockout mode is amazing. We'll talk about that in a minute, but like,
yes,
it's really, really well done. I will give them that. It is like extremely well done, but like, we have 2-3 modes that we know of right now. And I mean, you can go, like, you can tell, actually, I will tell you this. There's some points where I was like we were waiting on our 24 people to like pick their course that they wanted to do for the knockout mode. And I got to do free roam and do whatever. You can tell in this demo, there's stuff missing. There's shit missing. Like, there's big places where there's like something should be here, but it's not. Like, you can tell. And some of it seemed a little empty. And I think that's where you're going to find a lot of, I don't know what they're going to have. If they have like a story mode, here's what I want. Let me tell you this. I'll tell you what'll make it worth $80 for me. I think if they have some type of story mode in there where you can do that, The free roam has a bunch of stuff to unlock a bunch of things, collectibles, things you can do, maybe boss fights in a story mode out in the open world, like something like that, something cool. That, and I want updates. I want real, meaningful updates like we got with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but we should not be paying for them. If we're paying $80 for this fucking thing up front, we should not be paying any more afterwards.
I guarantee you there'll be
totally
paid
fine
DLC
with
in a few years. There will be paid DLC.
It better not be, because I will bitch. I will make videos about that, and I
Prepare
will
to bitch. Now, I think there will be free updates as we go. I do believe that as well. That's a given, because they're going to have to justify for people, so that's what they're going to do for people. But
it was fun, though.
There will be.
I don't want to get too negative,
DLC.
but like we better get lots of free content for $80.
Let's talk about this trip.
Any more in Discord?
Well, they're mainly in this section of the games here, so we'll get. I guess it's a couple Pro Controller questions, so we're going to get to those as we talk about the games section here, which we're now here, the game section. What was your favorite game that you played?
Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4. It was fucking amazing. Holy shit. Metroid Prime 4 at 120 frames per second in mouse mode is fucking peak Nintendo. It's fucking amazing. Let me tell you something. I am not somebody who likes to play with a mouse and keyboard whatsoever. I don't like that at all. I've tried it. I fucking hate it. This is different. It's different. Like, it is, dude, it's so good. And just the 120 frames per second itself is like, holy shit, dude. But like the mouse mode, it's very sensitive. It's very, it's
a mouse.
It's responsive. It feels good, and it's like you're turning so quick and just bam, 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 just fucking people up. Dude, it's so good. It's so much fun. And dude, that game looks like that's another one. That's another one that the YouTube just does not do that justice. I didn't get to see it handheld mode. I only played it in mouse mode, and then I had like the dual Joy-Con, like without the grip and no Pro Controller. So I got to do the point and stuff, which was good. That was my favorite. By far, that was my favorite thing. It was really, really, really good. It was short, man. I wish I could have kept going. Like, I played basically what they played on the treehouse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when she jumps out of the ship, and then you're basically going through that one thing, and then you talk to the guy, do the little rolly ball, go through, do the little puzzle on the door, and boss. It was good, man. It was so good. The mouse mode, I used the mouse mode in several things, but like that was the one I was like, holy shit. Like, this is crazy. And what the cool thing about it was, I started out just holding the two Joy-Cons playing, and the guy was like, "Can I try out mouse mode?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Just set it down." I'm like, oh, okay. So you just set it down. That's it. And then it just all the controls just instantly go. The stick stops working, and you're in mouse mode. Like, everything just works. And then you can just pick it right back up and keep going. It's like, it just does it for you. You don't have to go to a menu. You don't have to change anything. Like,
that is super nice.
I went back and forth like the entire time, because like I'd be sitting there playing mouse mode, and then like 5 motherfuckers would roll in. And I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, I'm like freaking out. And then I would try to grab the stick with my thumb, and it doesn't work.
Right.
And I'm like, shit. I'm like picking it back up, and then I'm like doing the point and click, and like, then when things calm back down, like, okay, let me go back to mouse mode, because I do want to try this. I like this. But dude, Metroid Prime 4, by far my favorite thing. It was amazing. I can't wait for that game.
We're going to get back to Metroid, but I got one more question here from Joey about Mario Kart. How does it feel? You kind of answered that already, but how does it feel? Does the rail grinding feel extra or have actual purpose?
A little extra, honestly, if I'm being honest. It gives you boost, but like you could get the same. I mean, it's extra. I mean, it lets you get boost in straightaways, I guess. If you want more boost in straightaways, if you could find a rail that's like in the middle or something, like you could use it for that. But it's not, I don't know. Another problem was they only let us play 100cc. I didn't get to play 150. I don't even know if I don't even know if there's a 200 or if there's like a 300 or what they're even doing with that. We only played 100, so it was kind of slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cool. It feels good. It feels like the carts have a lot more weight. And I said this in the video that I made, but I couldn't tell if it was like the animations I was watching. Because like when you drift, like instead of just going sideways, like when you get to a certain point, the animation, like they flip up on their front wheels for a minute and like slam back down when they're drifting and stuff. But like you feel that. Like you feel it. And the HD Rumble too, it's really good. It is very precise. You know the DualShock, I'm sorry, the DualSense is like, it's pretty intense with the rumble. You know what I mean?
It can't,
like it's very
I set mine to medium or low and everything. I don't do that high
like
rumble.
The Joy-Cons are, it's not nearly as intense, but the nuances between the little things, it's like it's way better than the first HD Rumble. They've clearly done a lot of work with that, and it's even better in the Pro Controller. But the Mario Kart itself feels it's different. It's it's close to the same. Like if you know how to play Mario Kart 8, you know how to play this.
It's the next iteration of Mario Kart. If you ever played another Mario Kart, it's like the same but a little different.
Yeah, it takes you a second to like jumping into a drift feels a little bit different, and it's actually a little bit easier to hop up behind somebody and get a draft. Like those come like all the time. I think it's because there's just 24 people. People are fucking everywhere. Like that is really cool too. Having more people, it's mayhem. Like unless you're in first or second and you can't see what's going on behind you, like it is absolute mayhem. It's crazy. It's much more fun in that sense for sure.
A question from Discord here from DePitsy. What's up, DePitsy? Was Diddy Kong anywhere to be found in Mario Kart World? But seriously, did the Pro Controller feel like an upgrade? And is it a day one need?
I told you, Diddy Kong was the one who was teaching me how to play Donkey Kong Bonanza in the last room.
That's right.
He was there. He was at the presentation. No, no sign. I don't think. Not that I saw, but I wasn't looking that hard. I was trying to film, and I was the cow most of the time. The cow was awesome.
What is there something I'm missing about Diddy Kong? Because I've seen that joke floating around. Like, what's going on with Diddy Kong?
Okay, Diddy Kong Racing had an open world kind of. It had like a hub world where you could go around and stuff. And this is kind of like that. I think that's the whole thing.
I never played it. What system was that on?
64.
Okay.
I think. I don't know if they had it for GameCube. I think it was 64.
I mean, I may have played it in the day.
GameCube.
If it was on 64, I may have played it in the day because my buddy had a 64 and I didn't, but my buddy did. And I played some Mario Kart 64 with him, but I'm not sure about Diddy Kong.
64. But yeah, I mean, it was good. What was the other part of the question?
Pro Controller. Is it a day one need?
Shit.
Does it feel like an upgrade? You kind of talked about it, but again, go ahead, elaborate.
Okay. Yeah, 64. Okay. Listen, the Pro Controller is fucking amazing. I want to make a video. The Pro Controller might be the nicest controller I've ever used. I don't even know how to explain the sticks. Like it still is like hard to wrap my mind around what is happening with these sticks because they're just smooth no matter where they are. Like you push them all the way. Like, you know how like with a regular controller, like you get to the edge and you're like plastic on plastic. You can feel it. It's not like a bad feeling if you have a decent controller. You know what I mean? But you can feel like that doesn't happen with this controller. I don't know how it doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen. Like you don't get to the edge like that. Like you get to the edge, but it, like when you start turning it, there's zero friction.
The shaft of the stick does not make contact with the gate.
I don't think it actually touches because I did look up underneath and like the little thing, like the little shafts that hold the stick heads on top, they're really thin, which is a concern for me actually because they are plastic and they are thin.
I don't think that should be small. I don't think that should be a big deal. They're not gonna just break. Especially if you drop a record, you have more issues to worry about than your stick cap breaking if you drop a controller.
I'm saying something this thick is not going to break that easy when you drop on it. If you wait till you see how thin these things are. If you drop it on there on a hard floor and hit it the right way, it'll snap that head off easy.
It depends of the plastic, not about the thinness of it. Because you don't actually see it. You don't actually see how thin it is. You notice how the circumference is thin, but you don't know how thick the actual stick it like how the plastic.
Even if it was all the way through, I'm telling you, even if it's all the way through thick,
that
solid,
thin. Because one thing I noticed, you were talking about their video, and of course I edit them, but I couldn't find a good shot of the actual stick when you were talking.
I was too quick. I really wanted to get one.
There was like a frame where I could have did it, but I'm like, that's not worth it. It's not good enough anyway.
Yeah, well, I was shooting 24 frames per second. If I would have had, and it was dark, but they're little, dude. They're little. It's a concern, but you don't touch the edges, which is weird. Like it just feels so crazy. It's like there's some other thing keeping you from going that far underneath or something. I don't know what it is, but dude, it is the like Cadillac of controllers as far as like the way it feels.
Well, that's good to hear.
It is so nice.
That's extremely good to hear.
Like I said, the HD Rumble 2 is really good. You know how it's like kind of separated, like the handles and the bottom have that like separation.
Yeah.
That's all soft touch. So you kind of get like a rubber feeling with that. It's got the back buttons and they're basically flat, so you don't feel them unless you want to. You know what I mean? They're not like in the way, bothering you. It's got the headphone jack. I mean, it's got the same battery life as the old one, I think. It's basically the same shape. I'm gonna just go out on a limb and just say it is the same shape.
Probably a little different. My guess is it's slightly different.
I think the underneath part where the headphone jack is, I think that's the only part that looks to be slightly different. Everything else is really close. I mean, if you like the way the Pro Controller feels, like, this is it, man.
You've sold me on it. I'm going to be buying it day one as long as I can. I heard accessories might be
it's day one for me. Absolutely day one.
The first thing that made me want it is the audio jack, which is a low-key awesome feature to have. I use it all the time on my PS5 controller. It's super helpful for nighttime gaming, so you're not disturbing other people. But also, just the quality of it, what you're saying. I mean, if it's that quality and it's got the audio jack, I don't think I'm going to want to go back to my original Pro controllers. So,
yeah, dude, it's the sticks, man. Like, once you touch these sticks, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's so hard to explain. Like, when you feel it, you'll know. Like, I know I sound crazy, but like, when you do it, like, you touch it, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
It's like,
can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
I can.
I'm gonna go back to some gaming stuff, but I also want to talk about mouse mode more in depth. And Jeff has a question here. How was mouse mode? Do you think it's worth using? You kind of already answered that, but elaborate.
Absolutely.
Also, is Metroid Prime 4 is it great or awesome?
Yeah. It's great and awesome and amazing and fabulous and wonderful. It's all of them. It's great. Mouse mode for Metroid Prime 4 was really good. I played what the fuck was the name of that game? The drag and drop or scoot and shoot? What the fuck is it?
Scoot and shoot, drag and drop. It's that drag and drop.
Whatever
it's really not that difficult. It's drag and drop.
Damn, I was close.
G will put it right here.
Listen, that shit.
It's drag X drive. If you want to get technical about it, it's drag and drive.
Okay, whatever. That pissed me off like royally. Basically, the demo for that is the tutorial on how to do it. And the one thing that was really cool when you touched the mouse mode down to the game or the pad they had, because they had just big desk pads on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you're scooting your wheelchair,
scoot,
it goes like click, 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 click.
I was hoping
feel it. Yeah, you can feel it in the. That is actually pretty cool. They want you to do like long strides to like get.
I have the room at my house. I can't wait to play these games.
Okay,
Metroid
but then as soon as you're in a game and there's shit going on and you're trying to like bring your hand up to shoot, like dude, long stride. You're trying to like, you're trying to like scoot and like do this and that, and then the controls get all wonky and fucked up. Like, I don't know. I feel like
we're not talking about that game.
Just me.
Yeah, we're not talking. Your negative opinion about that game. Fair to say, right?
Yeah, I don't like that game, and I didn't like it. I did play the Civilization though, and it's just like using it as a regular mouse. So that was like the one time I did get to use it like with a pointer, and like it's solid, dude. It's good. Yeah, mouse mode's going to be used. People are going to like mouse mode. I was hard on this is a stupid gimmick. Kind of at first, like who cares? Like it's like a throwaway for me. Like whatever. Like, they got to do their dumb thing.
I think I was like the first one to be like, what did I say? Like when I heard mouse mode was official, it's like Metroid Prime. Actually, I think I was negative on it when the rumors were happening. I'm like, who cares? And my tone quickly shifted once I started thinking about it.
Well, now that I've done it,
Metroid Prime 4 is like mouse mode, man. I cannot wait to play FPS on the Switch.
If I'm sitting here, like even just browsing menus and stuff, like playing, like if I don't have a pro controller, like God, yes. And it just goes by itself. Like you don't have to like turn mouse mode on. No, it just does it. You just put it down and it just does it. And it comes with those little things that go on there, kind of like our like with the hand straps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But they have pads on them, like a mouse does.
Yeah, gliding strips.
So it just, dude, yeah, they're great, man. It's just they've really made this like
Nintendo.
New gimmick.
You shouldn't have.
Well, I mean, you know, usually there's a gimmick that Nintendo does, and it's like, all right, what the fuck ever. Let's just get on with it. This is like legit, man. It's legit. Like, it's cool. I can see this being used in a lot of things, and a lot of people being this like their preferred way to play. Especially, think about this. Think about how smart this is too. The Switch for PC users, it's like the PC users' other thing, and it was for a while until there were like the Steam Decks and this and that.
They've moved on to that for sure.
But like even more now, it's like this thing has more power, but now it's got fucking mouse mode, dude. And people are playing like Civilization. The saves transfer over. The guy made sure and told me that too. When I said, he's like, yeah, you got this on PC, saves like, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't, but that's awesome. But like stuff like that, like that's cool. Like, am I going to be able to play Fortnite with mouse mode? Because I hope so, because I'm going to be fucking people up. Like, Switch
imagine
lobbies,
you will be. I imagine you will
Watch out for me in mouse mode.
Right, remember how Fortnite
lobbies.
was like, oh, we're in a Switch lobby. Remember that? That's dead now.
Oh, not now. Now you're like, fuck, we're in a Switch lobby.
Yeah, they have mouse mode.
Well, especially now, because think about it. We're probably going to get Fortnite at least 60. It's probably going to be 120. You're probably going to be able to play Fortnite at 120 frames per second.
Yeah, 1080p. Yeah, probably.
Like, the Switch is going to go from, like, the worst place to play Fortnite to one of the best.
Mobile, take it with you. Mouse mode.
Yeah, mouse. You have everything. You literally have everything you want. It's like it's going to go from the worst place to play to one of the best. But yeah, I'm getting off topic. Go ahead. Next question.
Let's talk about knockout mode, specifically on Mario Kart. I can say myself, I can't wait to, that's like sold the game for me.
That's it.
I'm like, you said it's not worth $80 right now. I disagree because number one, I love Mario Kart. I'm going to buy it. But number two, the knockout 24-player knockout mode is like exactly what I want. That's so good. But you played it though.
Listen, it is so much fun because you have to remember this too. There's other games. Because I will tell you this. Mario Kart World is Nintendo's version of Forza Horizon. That's what it is. That's exactly what this is. It's just like that. Like the general premise of the game and how things work, it's just like that. This knockout mode is, unless they show me something at this direct, is that next week? Shit, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Next Thursday.
It's the 16th, right?
17th.
Okay, either way. Yeah, it's next week. Unless they show me something super crazy there, like this is it, dude. This is it. It's so much fun because you, like I said, you got to remember you're playing Mario Kart. You're not playing racy game where you're just like, no, you're shooting shells, this, that. You go from first to 21st. There's 24 fucking people, dude. Mm-hmm. It's insane. So then, you are really, you get hit at the wrong time and you're done. You know what I mean? If you get a bad shell at the wrong time, right close to the gate, and one person passes you for that spot, you're out. And they last for like 15 minutes, which is like, that's the new mode in Mario Kart. I mean, the cups are cool too because they're connected. That's really cool.
I like that.
I've heard a lot of people like complaining because they're not like circular tracks anymore. They're like segmented tracks. Yeah, it makes it more fun because you're not just like, oh, okay, we're done. Let's stand around for a second. No, you check your scoreboard and you just keep rolling.
Yeah.
But yeah, knockout mode's it, man. That's it. That's the one. That's the one we're going to be streaming. That's the one we're going to be playing in Discord. Everybody's going to want to play that for sure.
I'll make an announcement here. It may happen sooner than this, but Jeep Night's back, baby. It's coming back. As soon as the Switch 2 is here, for sure, if not sooner, Jeep Night's back. I think
good. Love to hear that.
I want to get back into streaming regularly, but I need a purpose, and I've been searching for this purpose, but the purpose has been in front of me this whole time. It's always been there. It's what I always should have stuck with Jeep Night, man. And it combined with your game nights on Discord too. I mean, we're gonna have a ton of fun multiple times a week with some stuff. So make sure to follow me on Twitch.
Dude,
make sure you get in the Discord. Multiplayer gaming is back right now with Switch.
Yeah,
stuff. Switch
and
2.
there's. I'm interested to see what other modes they have. Like I said, I don't think right now $80 is a fair price for it. But dude, that knockout mode is just That's where I got to use the Pro controller when I played knockout mode.
Yeah.
I think that's why I did so terribly because I was like, "What the fuck is happening in my hands right now?"
Joey Pitt says, "Gee, the purpose is for you to win your pinky back from John Ebo." Shut up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
shut up.
He's got it in a jar at his house. It's gross.
What was he doing with that? Just throw it away.
Weird.
I want to talk about Donkey Kong.
Okay.
You played it, but before you tell me your experiences, I have some fears and reservations. But those could be.
Do you want to do Donkey
void.
Kong now, or do you want to know about the third-party stuff?
I don't even have third party written, so I forgot about third party. Yeah, how about we finish with Donkey Kong and Zelda in terms of games, and let's talk about third party. Third party, blanketed third party segment insert here.
Okay.
Go.
First thing I played, we're going to start at a low note because I played Split Fiction when I got into the big room.
I'm not that surprised that it runs not as good as you.
It doesn't.
hope,
it's not that it
but
runs
I'm surprised
poorly.
that it's
it
negative
runs
to you.
fine. It just looks bad. It's just
that's
like
what I meant to say. Yeah, because is it 60 or is it 30?
I think it's 30. It looks Switch One-y, like better, but like very Switch One-y.
It's
like,
a brand new game. It's a brand new game.
Yeah, I feel like that was just let's hurry up and throw this thing out real quick. And who knows? I don't know if this is a launch game. I haven't checked the dates on that. This could be an early build that's not going to be what ends up being the game when it finally gets on the platform.
Of this is all early builds as far as I'm concerned, right? As far as we know, all of these are early builds.
Well,
Nothing's finished yet.
Yes. But so I played that. I played like one round with the guy who was standing there, running that particular booth. It's a fun game. I do want to play it, but I don't know if Switch is the place. If it looks like that, man, might be getting that on PlayStation.
And can I just make the argument that it doesn't even matter? Like, don't buy this game unless it's great that you can buy if Switch is your only platform. But just if you have another platform, play it somewhere else. I mean, PS.
Yeah, let me be clear about
the buying
that.
Switch games is for handheld focused, and the fact that you can dock it's cool. You're not playing Split Fiction handheld mode. It's a docked game.
No, especially as small as like you're playing.
You're not doing that.
Two players. I don't know. Anyway, listen. It was fine. Like, don't get me wrong. It was still good. Like, it was still acceptable. Like, totally fine. Like, when I say Switch One-y, I don't mean like, oh, it looks like a Switch One game. It was just a little underwhelming, especially around all the other stuff that I was playing there.
Right.
The next third-party thing I played was Hogwarts Legacy. Like, holy shit. Like, I can't believe that's running on a tablet. Like, it was nuts. It looked really nice. Like, it was not perfect. It was still, there was little things here, there. You can see it's not quite the PS5 version, but I'll tell you what, I was playing it docked. I bet handheld, that looks fucking amazing. I bet on a smaller screen where it's not quite, because it's those little tiny details. You know what I mean? Like little things like around the hair or like little things like that stick out. And it does have I did notice a few times when I was flying some frame drops, but it wasn't anything crazy. You know what I mean? It like happened every once in a while.
Was it running 60?
I don't think it was running 60. No, I think it was running 30.
Okay. Because Steam Deck, I played that game on Steam Deck, and fidelity-wise was noticeably not great. Playable, but not great. And performance, if I really lowered everything as low as I could get 40. But I had to lower a lot of stuff. And especially things like hair were really noticeable. And I'm sure a lot.
Hair is one thing I noticed. It wasn't as bad in Hogwarts Legacy. Not nearly as bad. Where I noticed hair, the problem with the hair was in Cyberpunk 2077. And let me tell you something before I talk shit on the hair, because the hair looked bad. Everything else was fucking crazy. I could not believe what I was seeing. Like, that was fucking insane. Like, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was like, this is running on a Switch. Like, are you like, You're kidding me. Like, this is insane. And the lady that was standing there was like, and this is a build that they made in 7 weeks. It's even better now. Like, this isn't even what it's like now. It's way better now. And when it releases, it's going to be better than it is the condition it's in even now then.
Say what you want about the launch of the game because it was terrible,
dude,
but CD Projekt Red has redeemed themselves. Big time.
Dude, that shit was fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. I couldn't believe it was running on a Switch. That is, I mean, besides Metroid Prime 4 for first party, like that's it. But like that game is like, that's the Switch 1's Witcher, only it's doing it 1,000 times better.
Was it 4K? Do you know what the resolution was on Cyberpunk?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I wonder if the final build
it may have only been 1080. It may have
which
only
is
been
fine,
1080.
by the way, because again, it's a tablet that is a AAA title that is pushing the boundaries of a lot of people's hardwares.
Right. Oh, but dude, like the lighting and stuff in it, like all the stuff, the
HDR,
people, like,
I'm telling you, like, HDR dude, changes the game.
Like the amount of things that were happening, and like I really had no frame issues. Like I'm walking through places, running into people, pulling out guns. This lady's like, "Oh God, you woke up and chose violence." I was like, I mean, that's like the whole name of the game is. I was like, I've never played this game before, but like all the lighting and all the effects is like, dude, it looked so good. Like that's the one I stood back there for a minute after I was done and watched other people play it for a minute because I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. It looked really good. The other third party I played, Civilization, which I didn't play really that long, but that was my 6 games that I played, and then Mario Kart and Donkey Kong did not count towards those 6 games.
Right. Okay. Well, last 2 games I want to talk about. We'll finish with Donkey Kong. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Go.
Didn't see Breath of the Wild, but they had Tears of the Kingdom there. Let me tell you something right now. The stuff they showed at the Treehouse does not do it justice. Like, you have to see it in person to really understand, like, how, like, especially if you're a Zelda fan. If you're a Zelda fan and you're like, love these games, you know, best thing ever. It'd be cool if they ran better. They run better. They look better. Everything about them is better. Like, it looks like a different game. Especially, I was over somebody's shoulder watching in handheld mode. Dude, it's insane. Absolutely insane in handheld mode. On the TV mode, it was also like, it's like another game. It looks the same, but it's so different being 60 frames per second and that smooth and just the color and the way it, like, I can't wait to replay Tears of the Kingdom again. Like, I cannot wait. And now we get multiple save files, which is great.
2 save files.
Right. Yeah, that's great. So I can start it again. Yeah,
and
another one.
And one of those is going to be reserved for your current file that'll switch over. And then
yes,
one more
which is great. That's all I want. I just don't want to delete my current file to get a new one.
I don't understand why they couldn't give us more. I really don't understand it.
I don't understand why they couldn't give us the DLC for Breath of the Wild, considering it's a 8-year-old game. Can't include that.
It's not on the original card. It's not on the Switch 2 cartridge. Although the downloadable stuff, that whole controversy, I'm not sure if we talked about that in our video the other day, but the game is all on the cartridges, the Zeldas and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm losing my train of thought.
I know. And I'm not going to get into how I feel. Like, what the fuck ever. I don't care. Everybody's so worried about. I don't care.
Next week is probably we'll get some more controversies.
Yeah.
Next week will be for more controversies, I think, because hopefully by that time we'll have an announcement for the date. And if we don't for pre-orders, then we'll talk about even more controversy.
Concern me.
This week's positive, though. Keeping it positive. Zelda looks great. I know back on my
Tears of the Kingdom looks
over on my pirate ship drip. On my pirate ship, I have played Breath of the Wild in not 60 because my Steam Deck was having problems with it, but it was more like 50 FPS. Not HDR, nothing, no crazy anything, just more frame rate, and it looked like a new game. And I can only imagine. I can only imagine more frame rate, stable frame rates for that because it was 50, but it wasn't even stable. HDR, 1440p or 4K or even 1080p.
Yeah, it's not true. I did watch Digital Foundry's stuff on that. It doesn't look like it's actual 4K. It's 1440. So
which is fine. Which is fine.
I don't fucking care.
Which is fine. 1440 is way better than 1080p.
Yeah,
That's for
like
damn
I said,
sure.
I saw it in person.
And it didn't run 1080p before. We were playing 7. Breath of the Wild was probably running, I think it was running like 900p on docked mode Switch 1.
I doubt it was running that.
It may be running 900p. And this is going from 900p, we'll say that, we'll give it that. 30 FPS, we'll give it that. To 1440p 60.
Generous.
It's going to be night and day, man. Night and freaking day.
It is night and day.
HDR.
It's like,
don't forget about HDR. I'm telling you, it makes a difference.
It's crazy. The Zelda fans are going to be very, very happy with that. Oh, I did get to see, I didn't play it, but I did get to see the GameCube games.
Yeah. How are those?
Dude, that
How's
was
it?
great.
Did you play the controller?
F-Zero looks.
How's the controller?
I saw it, didn't touch it. Looks good. It's a GameCube controller. I mean, if you've touched a GameCube controller from Nintendo, it's going to be...
Looks like a third-party one, except for it's a first-party one.
Yeah, it's going to feel just like a first-party one, just like the 64 controllers do. They feel exactly like they did back in 1996. So, the very last thing we did, once we were done, I had my little purple thing attached to my pass here, and my time for the purple people was 4 o'clock. So I got to go in and play Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Tell me about it. Actually, before you do, I have some thoughts by looking at all this footage from people. I want to play it. I think I'm gonna have a really good time with it. But I have a concern. My concern is that, and it's backed up by something too. My concern to my eyes from the footage I'm seeing, which is not doing it justice. I acknowledge that. It looks like it's not finished. Like it looks like the edges aren't quite polished. That's the best way I can describe it. It looks like, I don't know. It looks like it's really ambitious for the hardware, potentially, with all the breaking of the terrain and stuff. Maybe it's that. And just to my eyes, my eyes don't matter. That's why I'm asking you, because my eyes are looking through screen. You were there.
Yes, your eyes are deceiving you.
It was my eyes. I'm glad to hear that.
I promise you this. Your eyes are deceiving you.
One thing though,
this was definitely one of the big highlights.
Before you'll get there. One thing though, we found out some file sizes for Switch 2 games. I'm worried that I'm right though. You've seen it, but I'm worried that I'm right to a point, because the file size for that game is less than 11 gigabytes. It's like 10 gigs.
Yeah, it's not open world.
Which is absolutely no pun intended, bananas. That literally just happened. I promise. That's banana. No, but seriously, that's insane. Like, that's insane.
It is. No, well,
that's
Nintendo
such a
has
small,
always known how to.
Is it overly compressed? Is that what I'm seeing? Overly compressed stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. Like playing it.
I don't know how I could. It
runs great.
Through a screen.
It looks great. Like it looks. I mean, in person, it's amazing. Honestly, this is from what I played and what I talked to the guy that works for Nintendo, the little conversation we had. It seems like this is basically like Mario Odyssey 2, just starring Donkey Kong.
That's what I thought.
Okay, there are a lot of similarities, okay? So there are outfits. I didn't get to do any, but the guy told me there are outfits. I don't know if he was even supposed to tell me this shit. There are outfits. You get them. They're not in the demo because you're locked away, but there's shops that you can go in. And you know how you got those certain coins in Odyssey?
Yeah.
Like the certain coins. It's the same thing. You can find those coins and you can get outfits and certain things.
It's Odyssey, man, which is fine.
It is like the same thing, but you can just break everything and you're basically the Hulk.
It's only Nintendo emulating their own stuff in a game that...
I think it's the same team.
Of a game that won... Did it win Game
of the Year?
No, it didn't. Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. I don't know. A game that is highly rated, one of the highest Metacritic scores of all time.
Dude, it's like the best Mario ever. This was fun as hell, okay? You can break everything. Literally everything. Like, you can just go into the ground. I mean, there's certain places where it's like, it stops you. There's like steel, and you can't get past. But like, you can just go in the ground and like dig a tunnel as far as you want, like all the way through. Like, whatever you want to do.
And the map reflects what you break, which I thought was fun from the treehouse. I learned that. The map, when you go and look at your map, it reflects what you've broke.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Which is very cool. Because there's lots of secrets hidden in the walls and stuff. And you can like kind of go around like ground pound and it sends out like this shock wave. And you can kind of see some stuff in the walls. And you can go in there and start punching. But it's got, I don't know how to explain it. It's got like like a physics engine, but it's like the terrain, like the certain types of terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you pick up mud and throw it, like the mud sticks to things. But if you pick up like stone and throw it, like it'll crush against things. Or if you like throw stone into mud, it will, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Like it's got like physics and stuff like that that are really cool. And
but I can't wait to play it.
Then you get this purple stuff.
I'm really
purple rock.
I'm really
it's
glad,
explosive.
I'm really glad you're calming my nerves about the way it looks because
dude, it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's so good too. Yeah, it's like everything looks really, really good.
That purple stuff, it's like a bomb, right? That purple rock is like bombs.
So when you can pull it off these rocks, and then there's actually like you hit I think it's L or R, I can't remember. You hit that to like grab it out of the ground, and then if you let off of it and hit it again and hold it, it pulls up this like aiming like menu, but it tells you what type of like material you're holding or what you're looking at. Like if you're looking at like stone or mud or whatever, I forget what it says, but it shows you like what you're looking at, so you know what you're holding and what it's going to do when you hit that. So there's like those elements like that are going to be into the game, but yeah, that purple stuff is just basically explosives. Like you can just throw it at whatever and it blows up walls, it blows up people. You could roll into people and like, dude, it is the mindless button masher that Mario Odyssey was not, baked in with every good thing about Mario Odyssey.
I love to,
because you could literally just go up to some walls and just start fucking shit up.
I am a button masher, dude. I'm a button masher. If there ever been a button masher,
it is so satisfying. It like just everything about it, every single thing about everything you touch and hit and throw and fight. It's just, oh god, it's a very satisfying game. And the HD Rumble, like I said, that HD Rumble 2, man, it's there, man. The Switch 2,
they did it.
I walked out of there. I seriously walked out of there. I mean, I stood in the street for a second and like had to catch my breath. Like, holy shit. Like that was fucking great. All that. Like, I mean, even on the way back, like there were some points I'm just like, holy shit. Like that, like it's cool, man. It's cool. $450. Absolutely. Raise it $50. Yep. Still there. No problem. Let's do this. It's worth it. It's worth it. The software is great. Everything I played was awesome. It's worth it. Trust me. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be telling you what I'm telling you now. Mario Kart. Mario Kart World is too fucking expensive, but the Switch 2 is not.
Day one, Drip. You're not a content creator. You're a Nintendo fan. What are you bringing home?
Pro controller, console, Mario Kart World. At least that. I'm curious about the camera. I'm pretty curious about the camera for lots of reasons. One of them being it is a 1080p camera, and it looks like, I think you told me this, that all of the footage that we saw was from them on the other side of the fucking room. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, why would you put that in your, like...
Well, that's how, no. It's not that there was intentionally doing that. That's how the camera's going to work because people's TVs are far away.
Closer. God, that's stupid.
You can't. Some people's TVs don't allow, because some people's TVs do not allow you to do that.
Okay, yeah. If you have it at okay, whatever, that's fine. Okay.
Unless maybe a coffee table, maybe, but then you have a cord running across. You don't want to do that. You want it you want it on your next to your, under your TV. No cords running them out.
Either way, maybe the camera. I'm interested in the camera. That whole gimmick seems interesting enough to where they're like integrating it into every game.
Yeah.
If I got friends online that I'm gonna be playing with, I mean, us, we're gonna stick to Discord. I'm sure we'll probably use the game chat.
Discord.
We'll probably use it here and there, and it's free. So I don't know. I'd probably be interested in the camera, but Pro Controller's a day one. That Pro Controller's a day one.
Yeah, D-Bob, we heard that USB-C camera works with any other cameras.
Yeah, I got a 4K webcam here. I'd like to just plug into it and see. I'm going to do a whole video on how to make. I'm going to do a whole video on how to make the Switch 2 camera look good. I can't wait to do that. Lighting, like we're going to make it look amazing. Yeah.
Dude, I think for me, what I'm going to be getting day one, the same bundle you just said. I want the Pro Controller, obviously the console bundled with Mario Kart. as far as like other stuff, like it's not day one because Donkey Kong's not coming out. But I'm gonna get Donkey Kong, and the Zeldas are included in. I'm playing Zelda day one. That's included in my subscription, so I'm gonna pay for that.
Yeah, we already got that. That's what I'm saying. We already got that.
I'll be playing that stuff, but that doesn't count because I'm not buying it. So I'm gonna buy Donkey Kong whenever I can. When it was released in July, right? So then I'll buy it then.
Yeah,
and Hyrule Warriors, man.
No, yeah, but when
wasn't there? What I was weirdly wasn't there. It's a game coming out this year, but it wasn't there.
It's coming out winter. We don't know if it's actually this.
It's coming out November 19th this year, right? Is that a
what?
That's my birthday. They come out my birthday.
Oh, it's not. I was like, what? They have a date? No, they don't. It's winter. That's all they said. It could be next year.
Never.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Did they say what happens if you plug the USB-C charger into both inputs? No, they didn't. I forgot to ask.
It explodes.
I will find out. Don't you worry. I'll find out. I'm going to find out.
Did you take one home with you in your pocket?
The top one does not dock, though. The top one does not dock.
That's unfortunate. That's a big bummer. But just like I had on my on this dock the other day, my SNES one I showed the other day, I'll just turn my tablet upside down. So the USB-C port is, but that's going to mess with. I'm a little afraid about that because of cooling.
That's what I was trying to tell you too earlier when I was like, I'm afraid about something. I think we got sidetracked. But like I was talking about that AverMedia dock that I have.
Yeah, cooling.
That will work with this. It like the new Switch dock has a fan in it. Like that's there for a reason. Like, are these third-party docks going to be like a danger?
You might want to use them. It depends. We'll have to figure that out. That's a video you're going to make, Drip. That's a video you're going to make.
Like I'm going to have to get one of those infrared gun, like an infrared camera. Like, God, this is going to be. Well, you can get those Diamond Dozen because they're like basically the same things like the temperature gauge things. If you have like a thermometer, that would do the same thing. Oh shit. Okay, well, we'll get one. Cool.
It would do the exact same thing, right? The non-contact thermometer. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I just need to
less
know,
accurate, but yeah.
I don't want a temperature gun. I want a camera. I want a scope.
The camera. Yeah. Well, that's probably probably you could buy one for your phone, like an iPhone heat camera.
Maybe
probably $50.
We'll check it out. But yeah, that is an interesting thing. I don't know about that. I didn't think about that. They should have a chip to prevent overcharging. Yeah, I'm not worried about overcharging. Oh yeah, you're talking about plugging both in. Yeah. I'm sure it does. Yeah,
we're joking, Jeff. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to make any difference. Like, I'm going to charge faster. I'm going to charge slower. May not charge at all because it's designed to not do that. But either way, it's not. I
think we need the Grip Joy-Con charger.
No, because it comes with it.
It comes with a Joy-Con grip that you can plug in and pass through charge. It doesn't have a battery in it, but it does come with that. No, I don't think you need to buy any more of those. No.
I think it's it, Drip. I mean, I think we got it all. I don't think it's
any new characters in Mario Kart other than the cow. Yeah, okay, a ton. Half of them I don't even know who the fuck they are. Like, there's so many new
Diddy
characters.
Kong?
One of them is actual, not Petey Piranha. It's Piranha Plant is in the game. My new main, other than the cow. I think the cow is just an obsession for me right now. I'm probably gonna move to Pauline's in the game. I think Pauline's in Donkey Kong. I think it's like a hidden thing right now that we're going to find out later.
Yeah, Arlo posted that in his posted video about that.
Yeah, I've been seeing that popping up everywhere. Yeah, I think that's a thing, which is weird.
It's probably it's probably who you save. You're probably saving Pauline or something. Could be.
Why is she there? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Drip, I think this podcast has run its course, good sir. I think
it's good.
This is a super long one. I'm glad we got started right away because man, this podcast I think is about an hour and 40 minutes long. That's a long one for us, but we appreciate you guys hanging in. Yes, appreciate all the questions from the chat, Discord. If you are listening at home or watching YouTube and will leave a comment, make sure to drop a comment down below if you're watching after the fact, or if you're listening to this podcast, come to Discord. Let us know. We want some more questions in Discord, hanging over there. This has been super fun. Thank you all for hanging out. Drip. You brought it today, man. That was great. I'm sure there's more you could probably talk about it.
Dude, I have Leia.
Oh man, Fernenbach Fernenbach from the other side of the world. Because just woke up. I'm sorry, Fernenbach, but this is why we upload them to the podcast platforms.
Yeah, check it out. You can start from the beginning.
This will be available. Of course, the stream stays up, but this will be available on audio in about an hour when it's finished and uploaded. But yeah, sorry for Nabak. Super fun episode though. Literally, we've been live for an hour and 45 minutes. So we're gonna sign off here. Everyone in chat, again, thank you so much. It is good times here right now for Switch 2. Hopefully next week we're probably going to do a negative episode, not going to lie. This week is super fun. Next week, prepare for some negativity.
We love Nintendo this week. Next week, fuck them.
It's not negative, it's just realism. There's some realism. There's some life things.
They're greedy bastard.
Life things we got to talk about next week. But this week was fun to talk about Drip, talk to Drip about his experiences. If you want more content on Drip and his experiences, make sure to check out his YouTube channel. More videos already on the channel as of now about the system itself, Mario Kart,
Donkey Kong tomorrow.
Donkey Kong's tomorrow. Stuff's happening. I'm tired.
It's happening.
I need to eat something and take a cat nap or something. But yeah, this has been fun. Thank all for hanging out today, and we'll see you guys next week.
Later.